So there are some people in my life that just assume because it's gay, I'm going to absolutely 100% love it. I'm going to back it. That is going to be my go-to read. But that is not the case. There are actually a lot of stories that are LGBT that I do not like. And I'm going to talk about one briefly today, okay? This Omegaverse story, the Rogue Prince is secretly an Omega, ticks me off on so many levels. And yet I keep occasionally going back to check in on what's happening. Not as like consistently as, the updates, but just here and there. I just go like, okay, what is going on? And yeah, everything I hate about a typical heterosexual shoujo relationship story is in here. The stupid decisions, the miscommunication, everything. Just everybody makes me mad. The Omega makes me mad. The Alpha makes me mad. The frickin' Omega's Omega mother makes me mad. The royal politics going on makes me so mad. Because here's the thing. In this world, of course, Omegas can't be kings, right? So he's pretending to be a beta. Not by his choice, but by his mom's choice. So that her beta son, which is secretly Omega, can ascend and become king. But the Alpha is also secretly in line to be king. Not even so secretly, but whatever. And here's the thing. The Omega doesn't even want to become ruler. He could care less. And even if he were to become ruler, it would become increasingly obvious that he would need, an Alpha to be around him. Because, you know how Omegaverse is. But, it would never work out. Somebody would eventually find out. So, and the guy, the Alpha, all he wants is to make, the Omega happy, blah, 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 right? The only logical conclusion that they're just skirting around, and they both acknowledge this is probably what is going to have to happen, is the Alpha's going to have to assume control and become king. Why don't they just admit that the prince is an Omega? And then shortly after that, have, the Alpha admit, full control as a ruler. Because, again, the Omega doesn't technically want that. He wants to make change and stuff. But, he secretly thinks he knows he's not cut out for it. So, he could still make the change he wants if he just got together and officially married the Alpha guy. And then that guy becomes king. And then they could just rule side by side. And because Omegas can have power. His mom has, so much power and lords over so many people as an Omega. Despite the fact that she can't technically rule, right? They're just making so many stupid choices. And they're doing the long game and the long trip to the inevitable conclusion. And I don't understand, because the author of this also did another really good story that has been on pause for a while now. And that one actually, so far, is coherently more sound. But this one makes me mad. I just can't.